Hello, fire signs. I'm talking to Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius today. A lot of people think that their sun sign is the sign that matters the most. I don't believe that. I think that if you look at your chart and you find out which dominant planet is in your chart, then you can get a clue of like what to actually look for when you look for horoscopes. So if you are interested in knowing a little more about planets and where they were placed when you were born, you can go ahead and send me a message and we can book you a reading where I can talk all about your birth chart and we can find out which sign you actually are, because you know, astrology is a complicated thing and it's so much more than what people see firsthand. Like, I'm a Leo sun, but I'm actually a Capricorn / Cancer. So what does that mean? You know, you gotta find out. Come book me anytime and we can talk more about that. It has actually helped me quite a lot in my life, because I don't feel like I'm totally a Leo. I've never felt that way. And when I started studying astrology, I realized why it was that I didn't feel so much like a Leo and I felt more like a, you know, a Cancer. It's because I have Cancer dominant in my chart. So I can help you find out. And yeah, we can talk about it. So just shoot me a message. I'd love to help you out with that. Okay, so we are, that said, if you are here for your sun sign or your moon sign or your rising sign, that means that it's a fire sign, because we're talking to Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius today. So thank you for coming. I hope you enjoy this video. Please share, like, subscribe, comment, whatever floats your boat. And yeah, I think that's it. So let's start with Aries, right on top, starting with our baby sign, or newborn baby. So for the month of June 2020, I'm going to show you all the cards that come up and then we're going to talk about them, okay? So we've got the Eight of Pentacles. This is a Sun in Virgo card. We have the Knight of Pentacles. This card is also known as the methodical approach. We have Strength. It's a Leo card. We've got the Knight of Swords. This deck is amazing, made by my friend Jessie J. She's incredible. Please follow her on Instagram. I'll put the link down below, and commission artwork from her. She's incredible. Knight of Swords, the Ace of Cups. Wow. I can't handle these cards. This one's one of my favorites from this deck. We've got the Lovers. Wow. Aries. Hello. June is a special month. Got the King of Pentacles. Lots of pentacles, I see. There's some progression happening in your life too. We've got Temperance. Beautiful angel Uriel coming to bring balance into your life. You got the Five of Cups. I'm looking at those spilt cups, but you still got two on the corner. You got Follow Your Dreams, Aries. We also have Caution is Warranted. Look deeper into the situation before proceeding further. This is Bridget, by the way. It's an angel. Pay attention. Notice repetitious signs and your inner guidance, as this can yield valuable information. Pay attention. We've got the Four of Fire. we've got the Three of Earth. We have the King of Air. And lastly, for your last message, we have Release the Dark Wound, Let Love Live. This beautiful card. So what am I seeing here for you, Aries? My dear Aries. Give me a moment to just like tune into the cards real quick. So there are different types of messages here that I'm receiving. There is some energy that's asking you to like use your tingling sensations or your intuition basically to guide you towards the place you need to go, right? So I'm seeing this with Bridget. I'm seeing this with Pay Attention. Yeah, and I'm also seeing this almost with the Five of Cups too. These energies have to do with, you might be like dealing with somebody who might be a little aggressive, or someone who's very fast and sharp with their words. Knight of Swords here. And I think, Aries, that you are basically so in tune with, you're so like clear about where you are in your life that I'm not worried that you're going to be distracted by this person. There's a lot of focus. There's a lot of positive energy. Like, it's like you are like moving away from something toxic to go into something that is like a new beginning, a new emotional beginning. You've had a lot of, I think in June, you're probably going to be working really hard on something. Whatever project it is that you're getting into. The Eight of Pentacles talks about like this total focus, like Sun in Virgo, right? Sun in Virgo is like your ego organizing things. Like Virgo, if you think about it, it's like a organization, health, routine, making sure that your life is all like organized and taken care of. It's also like a health card, right? So like it's like you putting your focus, your clarity onto organizing and creating something, but like creating from like almost the sense of perfection. Like you want to make it perfect, so you work really hard at it. Put your head down and you tinker, you know? And with that, there's also the Knight of Pentacles. So it's even more of that type of energy. And it's like grounding that I think fire signs like Aries can really take advantage of, because Aries is a cardinal sign, which means that you're usually really good at starting things, but it's hard for you to finish them. So seeing these cards here, the Eight of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, gives me a lot of like hope and joy, because you know, whatever it is that you have started, you are focusing on grounding yourself and actually like doing the work that you need to accomplish it. So this is really cool. It also says that no matter what it is that you are trying to bring forth and create from this, you know, perfect place, strength is also helping you. So this means that the sides, like there's a balance, and I see this with Temperance too being here. These two cards talk about balance in different ways. Like Temperance talks about being able to, it's almost like a self-control type of thing. Like, you know, if you actually look up temperance in a dictionary, you'll see that it means sobriety. So it's not necessarily that you are becoming sober, although I would totally recommend that to anybody. You know, it's not a bad life. Temperance is about knowing how much you can have of something and still be healthy in it. Yeah. Yeah. So like, yeah, letting go of like habits of too much or too little. Like have you know, like be in the middle with certain things. Strength is also about balance, but it's about your logical side and your wild side. So letting both of them have a little bit of attention, like attention to your wild side and attention to your logical side. So if you've been too logical, like let your wild side play. And if you've been too wild, then perhaps bring a little more reason into your life and a little more thinking, you know, about your actions. That will help balance those parts of yourself. Ultimately, I see the Knight of Pentacles becoming the King of Pentacles. So this is the progression I was talking about in the beginning of the video, where, you know, you're gonna, if whatever it is that you're starting to ground yourself in and like really root down and like create something with like the intention of going to the end, the King is the end. So this means that, you know, there's something that you're working toward that will like grow and will become, I mean, it can be anything you want. It can even be a legacy if you want it to be. Yeah, but it's like this growth from a knight to a king, you know. About this situation that is, I mean, the Knight of Swords, if it's not somebody who is immature that we talked about before, or somebody who is like sharp with their words, it could also be that I'm seeing two knights here. So this means that you are going to take action in June. You're going to be taking lots of action. You're going to be heading towards wherever it is that you want to head towards. And I think that the action here is like something isn't working anymore. So I need to start anew and from a place of love. So this is how, you know, like the reason why things are progressing in your life is because you need a fresh new start, like a fresh new cup. There are certain cups in your life that are not being filled anymore, and it's important to be able to nourish yourself and to refill your cups. So this here is all about refilling your cups, perhaps coming back in. We do have a bunch of retrogrades right now, and when the lovers comes up, it can be about self-love and coming in, you know, drawing inward to be able to figure out what it is that you need at this point. Okay. I think that whatever it is that you are working towards, it does have to do with something you've been dreaming about for a really long time. This is why Follow Your Dreams came out here. And it's something you've put a lot of thought to as well, with the King of Air here. Give me 1 second, Aries. Sorry about that, Aries. We're right back. You know, deliveries and such. But yeah, so whatever it is, as I was saying, following your dreams, and you've been thinking about creating this for a while, like taking action on whatever it is that you're working hard the month of June to accomplish. And the good news about it is that people are going to want it. And it is a sacrifice. It is something that you're like, it isn't easy to do, but it is something that a lot of people will be interested in. There is interest in it. This card also shows up sometimes as like an artist showcasing their art in a museum and people being willing to buy the art. So whatever it is that you're creating is actually for the use of other people. Like, people will be interested in what you are trying to sell, or not necessarily sell, but you know, what you're trying to provide is something that, like, you're giving your blood to it. Like, you can see this guy is like, has cut his hand, and like this little guy is like, yeah, make the flowers grow. You got iron in your blood. You know, like you're giving it your all, and you're gonna go to the end. Besides that, you can see in this card, like, someone who's focused. Like, there's a lot of focus in June for you, Aries. I think you're like really like if you're not focused, this is asking you to focus on something you really want, and like really go for it. Like, really, you can see like this archer is like, he knows where he's aiming, you know? So really think about where you want to aim, what's your target, and like really go for it, because you will succeed. And as give it as much effort as you can, so that you really make it happen. You have so much power, Aries. The other thing is here that I'm seeing is, yes, there are certain things that you have to be caution about, and you know what they are. They're like things of the past that distract you. So with this card, release the dark wound, let love live. This is talking about past experiences that you've had that have really hurt. And this is a card affirming that you were able, with a lot of strength, to overcome these things. So that means that you are a warrior and you can do it all again if you need to. But mostly you have inside of you the love that you had before anything happened to you, anything bad happened to you. You still have that love, and you still can access it as long as you're able to accept that you went through hard things, and accept that they might happen again, but you will overcome them again if needed, because you've done it before and you can do it. You can do it as many times as you need. And in fact, the more we go through things, the easier they get. As it maybe not easier, but it's just like we become more knowledgeable, right? So the pain might still be there and things repeat, but they repeat, and we are able to choose how we react. So if you want to react differently in the future, you'll be able to. And if you want to react with love instead of your ego, or anything that you feel guilty about, or anything that you have fear over, you will be able to access love, because you've gone through it, and you can forgive yourself if there's any need for that. But ultimately, just accessing that like core love place, like that's never gonna go away. Like, you are love. That's who you are within. The rest is just, you know, personality. Do pay attention though. Make sure that you're not like getting into places that obviously will take you to having to go through the strength card again and like overcome something again, because it looks like you actually have an opportunity here to put your energy into something that will progress and it will grow and it will be better. It will make you grow too. It will bring you balance. And you have the sharpness of mind to do it. If you aim, you will hit the target. You're willing to sacrifice whatever it is that you need in order to find the love that you deserve, Aries, okay? So this is a beautiful reading. I hope you have an amazing June. I send you all of my love and all of my healing powers to you. Good luck with everything. And if you need anything, please just send me a message, send me an email, book me for a reading, say hello, comment down below, whatever. Like, I love to hear from you. I love to get feedback on what you thought of you know, what I'm doing. So have a lovely, lovely June, dear Aries, and I'll see you next month. Bye. Leo, how's it going, my buddies? This is your reading for June 2020. I am here at home thinking about you and about all of the Leo energy. Hello, I've got lion's mane today. I'm a Leo sun. Leo's not my dominant planet. The sun is not my dominant star in my birth chart, but it's pretty important because it is my sun and it is my Venus too. So anyway, it's not about me, it's about you. I guess, although I am a Leo, so I don't know. Let's move on. I would like to check your cards. So I'm gonna show you the cards that came out for June 2020 and the energies that will be processed by you and, you know, around you in your life. And then we're gonna interpret them together. So I'm gonna start with the Knight of Cups. Then we go to the Five of Wands. Ooh, loving the conflict, huh? Oh, we got the Queen of Cups. I love this card. So beautiful. Look at this person. Beautiful person. Then we have the Seven of Swords. We've got the Page of Wands. We have the Six of Swords. We've got the Star card. We have the Hermit. Oh, you got some major arcana coming out now. We've got the Five of Swords. Wow, a couple fives here, huh? We've got Moving Forward Fearlessly. We have Sonia, the angel. I bring you a message from your deceased loved one. I am happy, at peace, and I love you very much. Please don't worry about me. There's Sonia. We've got Set Your Sights Higher. Increase your standards and expect more for yourself. Don't settle. We've got the Eight of Earth. Beautiful. We've got the Nine of Fire. Gorgeous. We have the Journey in Reverse. And lastly, we've got faith in the process. So my dear Leos, what am I seeing here for you? There's definitely change happening. I think that with the Five of Wands and the Five of Swords, you might be finding it hard to steer away from conflict in your life, because you might like need to speak your truth, or you might be like building something with other people and trying to like make them understand what it is that you are trying to like create, but then it might clash with someone else's ideology or idea of how they're trying to create the same thing that you are. So it's like, you know, it's the card of like all the people trying to put a tent together and everyone's kind of struggling. So like all the kids are like a little you know, it's a little bit of conflict, and sometimes conflict can make people walk away from you because you spoke your truth. So I think that for you, Leo, what I'm getting here is like remembering that not to put your pride before certain things, because ultimately what is really winning an argument is like, is it better to win an argument and lose somebody, or is it better to, it just depends on what type of argument you're trying to make. You know, is it worth it? Is the fight worth it? It's kind of like picking your battles. Like, you know, if you can avoid it, then great. And if you can't, then I hope it's for the best, because conflict can be good and it can help with change, right? It can help with stating your boundaries. It can help with your ideology, your ideas, like what are you standing up for and who are you? But just to make sure that you're not exhausting yourself by doing it over and over again with different people all the time. So just there's this pick your battle sort of situation here. So there's an offering of love coming with the Knight of Cups being your first card here. There's somebody who's trying to offer you a cup of love. And I think that perhaps that's what's like you might be conflicted about it too. Maybe that's why these two cards are next to each other. But ultimately, there's a progression here too, which I saw with Aries, but in the Pentacles suit. This is a progression from Knight to Queen. It's the Cups, right? So you're coming from like, there's like an offering of love, and then the Queen is accepting this offer. The Queen of Cups can be kind of confused. She can sit in the mystery of life, which is pretty freaking cool, I think. And I think that it's something that we can all learn more about, because we're always looking for answers for everything. And the Queen of Cups is not so much about answers, but she's more about like sitting with your feelings and being able to really like just be comfortable, or not comfortable, that's not the word. It's just allow feelings, allow all feelings, like good, bad, it doesn't matter, you know, and like using intuition and using creativity, like inner creativity. This is very Piscean card here. So, or like, you know, just it's very watery, even though you're a fire sign. So I think this is asking you to like really get in touch with your emotions and really focus on like understanding yourself and where these emotions are coming from. Maybe journaling, maybe writing things might be good. I should do that actually. But there is a progression, you know, like Knight to Queen is like you becoming more and more, like you taking, there's like an action being taken towards emotional growth. And in between there might be some conflict. because you might not want to feel these things, but ultimately it is the best for you to face the feelings rather than like repress them, put them away, you know, like that's not healthy for anybody. We have the Seven of Swords. So you might be feeling kind of cold emotionally. This is a Moon in Aquarius card. So it talks about your feelings kind of, again, it's like the suppression of feelings, right? We just talked about it with the Queen of Cups, like making sure that you're not repressing the feelings that you're having, moving away from like having to be tough, or, you know, like sometimes we put on this like angry face, or like this, or even like this just toughness, like I am tough, like, and I will like hurt you sometimes even in order to get to like process things. But really, like behind anger is always sadness, it's always like vulnerability. So even if you're cross-watching right now and you have a Leo in your life that's being kind of like conflictuous, understand that that's a mask, and that they like within, like if they can really work through their emotions, like what they will find underneath is that there's sadness and fear, and like they just want to be held, and they just want to feel secure. And like sometimes we don't want to show that because it's seen as weakness in our society, right? So there is something with you, Leos, that the Page of Wands is here, and there's something like there's like kind of like a new beginning at a spiritual journey too. I'm totally going through that right now. So there might be something that you're interested in studying or interested in looking at that will help you grow spiritually. It also talks about like communication, like being passionate about something new. There's just like exchange of words, exchange of just communicate. Oh my god, I'm getting a deja vu right now. Sorry. So yeah, there's something new coming into your life, and I think that you're going to be pretty passionate about it. It's also the Six of Swords is also here, and I think that with the Six of Swords, you're being asked to move away from the past that made you sad, the things that didn't work out, the people that walked away from you, Leo. There they are, you know, they're walking away. And so, you know, you need to take your boat, you need to get in the water, and you need to go to new land, okay? Going over and over something that didn't work out isn't helping you. Oh my god, I'm having to listen to my own advice. It's horrible. But it's so true. It's like, you know, like you think and you overanalyze about like, why didn't it work out? Why did they leave me? Like, just for me telling my truth, just for me, you know, moving forward, and like, or just like stating my, because Leos can be very much like that. Like, I believe in something and I will tell you what it is, and if you don't like it, you can suck a lemon. I don't know. And people sometimes we all have our traumas, and you know, not everyone's always going to be okay with you expressing yourself, even if it is from a place that is ultimately very vulnerable and hurt, but it looks like it's like, I'm angry, you know. A lot of people don't understand that angry people are actually just sad people. And the people who are angry, instead of showing sadness, are actually not understanding that they're sad sometimes. So that's why they're angry. I'm talking about you, Leo. I'm talking about myself. And it's really hard to just be vulnerable, right? It's just so hard to like go straight into like sad tears, like I can't believe that this is happening. Like we go like, why did you do that instead, right? Like we blame, we put guilt on others, we do all these things that are just coping mechanisms of our society and what we were taught. So what do we do, right? With all of this information. For June, I think that there's a lot of helpful energy in drawing inward and really focusing on your relationship with faith and with, oh gosh, like this, like spirit, just like whatever it is, even if you're like, if you don't believe in anything, you know, just like practicing mindfulness, anything that has to do with like health could be helpful right now, your mental health, even like anything, but you know, connecting to yourself and like, why is it that you're putting on these masks? Why is it that you can't just go straight to I am sad and vulnerable? Why is it that we put on these like these masks, you know? And why is it that I'm not being able to really trust that this, whatever it is that I'm going through, is ultimately the path that I should be on? Faith in the process is here, and this actually goes really well with the star. These are highly spiritual cards, Leo. Faith in the process, the star, the hermit. Page of Wands is very spiritual too. You know, you might be feeling like with this journey in reverse, you might be feeling like you're not in the right path, like you did something wrong, like you know, your decisions or your actions have taken you towards a journey that wasn't meant for you, but it's not true. And sometimes we don't understand these things until we reach somewhere, but it isn't about the reaching of somewhere. It's about the journey. I'm sorry for the cliche, but it's true. It is about the path, you know, and when you look back, you will know that. You will remember. I have definitely looked back at times where I thought that things were weird or bad, and I look back at it and I'm like, I was right on track. You know, like I was, you know, I thought that I wasn't beautiful, and I looked at my past and I'm like, God, I'm so gorgeous. You know, like and not only like, you know, that, but so many other realizations I've had about past times. Like sometimes I thought that something really bad was happening, and actually now looking back at it, it was one of the best moments of my life. So I think that there's a lot about staying present and also trusting that whatever you're going through is actually taking you where you need to be. Okay. It's the only card that came out reverse, Journey. So that means that you're not really believing that you're where you're supposed to be. And that it couldn't be farther from the truth. There is a plan, and it's just have faith in it. Come back into yourself. Find your light again. Like find your root. You know, go inward. Like it seems like the outside isn't giving you what you need right now. I think that with all this retrograde going on, you know, Jupiter, Saturn, Venus, I think even Mercury, you know, like you gotta go in. There's no other way. Just go in, go inward, you know. And what does that mean? Like meditate, pray, journal, whatever it is, therapy, anything that will connect you to yourself will be good for you. In order for you to move forward fearlessly from whatever it is that you're leaving in the past, that relates to this like coldness, the hurt, the conflict, anything. If you're worried about someone who passed away, and you don't know what's going on, you get kind of afraid of that. Know that this person knows that you are in that state, and they're here, like this card is coming to affirm that they are okay, and that they love you, and that they're safe, and that they're, you know, at a much better place. They might have wings now. I mean, who wouldn't want to have wings, you know? So just trust that this angel that passed is doing okay. Okay, they're doing good. Lastly, I want to talk about set your sights higher, your 9 of Earth, and your 8 of Earth, and your 9 of Fire. So 9 of Fire talks about you being kind of, you're like so tired that you're almost giving up on something. But this is the card of the miracle before, like the, you know, like you just have to like just push it a little harder, that you're almost there. Yes, you're wounded. Yes, you're hurt. And yes, you do need to move away from certain things that don't serve you. But you are moving towards being able to delegate, to share, to like a more equal future. And so don't give up, but on whatever it is that you're thinking of giving up on. Don't give up, but do know that there is an ending coming. And that is the ending of something that's been burdening you. Like there's like heavy for you. And as you move into this new beginning, you are going to want to set your sights higher. Okay. So like the things that have passed, things that have moved away from you, things that didn't work out, these things didn't work out for a reason. And it's because your vibration was lower than it is nowadays. So the things that that you walked away from were like the people, or, you know, like they weren't able to, like you outgrew them basically. And you can't manifest that again because you've outgrown them, right? So there's no way that you can manifest the same thing, because you are growing more and more. You are like becoming a healthier version of yourself through time. And so you're going to end up manifesting healthier versions of the things that came before. So if you had friends that walked away from you, know that there are new friends coming, and these new friends are going to bring you higher vibration than the friends that came before. Perhaps more understanding, perhaps more people who will, like, you know, not abandon you and not create like as much conflict by you just telling your truth, like, you know, by you asking for what you need. So make sure to really like focus on something that you really want to manifest for the future, and visualize that. Set your sights higher. Sights, right? It's all about visualization. Like use your third eyes in meditation, thinking of what it is that you want to attract. What are the types of people you want to attract? What's the type of romance you want to attract? Where do you want to live? What do you want to do for your work? Like just set your sights higher. I heard someone say to me once that you should always aim higher than the target, because if you aim really high, you're gonna hit high. If you hit high, you might hit medium. And if you hit medium, or if you aim to medium, you're probably gonna hit low. So Set your sights higher. Lastly, I think by the end of July, you'll be starting to get ready to like work hard on something. Let me actually look though, because this card from this deck, Dreams of Gaia, I think there's another message from it. Usually this card means hard work and like tinkering down. But I think, let me see, because it could have another message, because this deck it's just a little different than the regular ones. So it talks about growth, manifestation, accomplishment, success, abundance, wealth, and appreciation. Success, wealth, and love. Do what you love what you do. We're just talking about that. Set your sights higher. Make plans for the future. See? A time of abundance ahead. Confidence in a future outcome. Do not rest on your laurels. Money does not buy happiness, and lose the lack mentality. So it's a lot about growth and abundance, and like believing that there is enough, and believing that there will be even more, you know, in your life, and that you deserve it too. You deserve this abundance. You deserve this growth. You deserve this beauty, this like goddess of nature coming to bless you with the nature stick. Okay, Leo, I think I talked about everything. Let me just double check. Yep. Keep your faith. Work on your faith. Work on your relationship with spirit, or if not spirit, work with your relationship with your mental health and your maybe all of that, right? Why not? Anything that benefits us, right? Yeah. So like sitting with emotions, setting your sights higher, knowing that there will be abundance coming in, moving away from things that don't work for you, and really just like seriously like focus on meditation, focus on drawing inward, focus on your spirituality, okay? I love you so much, Leos. Have a lovely June. I hope it goes really well for you, you big lion heads. Bye. Sagittarius, how are you all doing, you fireballs? I hope you're doing good. This is your reading for June 2020. I'm Bruxa. Please subscribe, like, comment, share, and book a reading with me if you'd like anytime, okay? So I have your cards here. I'm going to open them up and I'm going to show them to you, and then we're going to talk about them. So we've got the Chariot. I love this card. We've got the Four of Cups. We have the Page of Swords. Some boundary setting, huh? We've got the Seven of Cups. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. We've got the Three of Pentacles. We've got the Three of Cups. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Aries and Leo also got this one. So it's all the fire signs are working hard. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. Very nice. We have the Higher Consciousness card. Ooh, pretty. We've got Maya. Schooling, studying, and education help your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you with this process. We have music for manifesting. To manifest rapidly, think of your desire while you chant, hum, sing, or play music. So it seems like some creativity happening. We have the Eight of Fire. We have the Intuition card. we have the Thought card. And lastly, we have Seeing the True You right here. So, Sagittarius. I'm going to start with the Chariot. The Chariot is a water card. It's a Cancer card. And Cancer is ruled by the moon, so it's all about your feelings. The Chariot talks about you feeling integrated, like you being, so in June, you might have this like feeling of integration between your dark side and your light side, and like being able to hold space for yourself in those places. And not only that, not only be able to hold space for yourself and all of its, you know, different faces, but also choosing to go forward with only what you love and only what drives you from your heart. The Chariot. That is this card. So this is a really good card to come up for any reading. I would say is a very positive card. And it talks about like just movement forward, acceptance of all sides of you, and just like, you know, taking the reins, the reins of your cart and like moving it ahead, like going to a future with your heart. So you're not doing it from your head. It's like something you love. You're moving forward with love. Really nice energy. But then we have the Four of Cups, which talks about you not being able to see that something is a gift, or that it is like an offering. You have two Moon and Cancer cards though, which is interesting. That means that you are like sitting with your feelings a lot, I think. But perhaps you're not understanding that whatever it is that you're going through right now is actually something beneficial for you. Maybe, I think that when this card comes up, it like really always like makes me think of like practicing gratitude, okay? So if you don't already have a gratitude practice, I would say that this card is asking you to do that. So if you can, you know, you can do it with a friend, you can do it in your journal, you can do it however you want, you can say it every day, but like choosing 3 things every day that you're grateful for might help. But also make sure that to like just shift your perspective a little bit about the things that are happening, and like if there are things that are loving energies that are coming your way, like try to see them as loving instead of something else, like or try to accept like gifts from people. I'm not talking about like physical gifts, but like gifts of like demonstrations of love or anything. Like, I don't know, there's something that you're not quite being able to access as a gift, but it is a gift, like a blessing. There is a blessing around you, and you might be taking it for granted. That's what it's saying. So being grateful for what you have is important. Page of Swords, the Home of Action. So the Page of Swords can be somebody who is interested in starting something new and is very sharp with their mind, and they're like coming to communicate something, right? There's also like, with this card specifically from this deck, this person is like cutting through a gate that guards like a public resource like water, or you know, like something that should be free for all. but it's being monetized and capitalized. So this person is like, F that, you know, like, I'm not, nope, I don't think so. You're not going to mess with my, you know, divinely gifted resource. Like, this is for everybody. So there's a little bit of like, I know what I'm doing. Like, I understand like the ideology of it. Your mind might be sharp. You might be wanting to like really take action in what you believe in. So I'm going to leave you with that, with Page of Swords. Make sure you're not immature about it though, okay? The Seven of Cups is here too. And this card is asking you to familiarize yourself with the mysterious, with the mystery of life. You might be having a lot of options in front of you right now. Like, you might be having, you know, you have all these different cups, right? There's like this woman or this person here, and there are all these different cups with different things on them. We have a castle, we have a snake, we have a mask, we have a woman's butt with a snake boot, and delicious. I know which one I would choose. And we have a fly, we have some coins, we have a palm tree, you know, like there's just like so much, like there's just so many gifts that it's hard to even like be able to choose. Like, which one should I choose? What is personally aligned to you? What is coming from your heart, right? So some cups you've tried before and they haven't worked. So that means that it probably won't work again. But if there's something that your heart has been calling for and you haven't tried because of fear, because of lack of integration, of not being able to accept certain parts of yourself, you are ready to do it now. So pick the cup that you really like feel aligned to from your heart, okay? Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of your dark side. Don't be afraid to try something that you haven't been bold enough to try before. You're led by Jupiter. You're gonna have good luck, you know? And then sitting with the mystery too, because you know, you might not know, like you might pick something, but it might take a while for it to unfold. So being comfortable with the uncomfortable, being comfortable with the uncertainty is important right now. If it's gonna work out or not. Like, if you picked it from a personally aligned place, that means that it's better than something that you've tried before and didn't work, okay? The Seven of Pentacles is also here. This card is about reflection. So I think that there has been a lot of that for you, especially when it comes to your inner world and like the things that you believe in. You've been really focused on like learning what it is that, like how much work you've put into something and how much work you've been able to get return on. Not how much work, how much you've gotten return on. Does that make sense? Like, is, you know, like, is the work that I'm doing here giving back enough for me to be able to continue doing it? So this card, you know, is asking you to reflect, pause, think about things. You might already be doing that. In June, you're probably going to continue to do that. Or you're going to need to do that if you haven't done it. With the Three of Pentacles card, whatever it is that you are taking action on and moving forward with, people are going to want, okay? And it might be part of a community. It might be part of something that you share with others. It's going to be wanted. It's going to be, you know, this is the card of the, you can see these people are like interested in this, you know, like they're heading towards it. They're not turned off by it at all. Like, this is a good thing. And even mentors, people who you admire might, and end up like really enjoying what you're creating or what you're doing coming from your heart and from your integration of darkness and light. So it's an affirmation to like really go for what you personally align yourself with, okay? What you believe in. There's a sense in June about like a celebration, but there's also working hard on something and then achieving it in order to enjoy what you worked on. So I'm seeing this as like a lot of like play hard, work hard, play hard. It looks almost like playing a little harder than working, because these two cards are like, one is like relaxing in my garden with my bird and all my trees. And then this one is like party with friends, you know, like there's a lot of community sense here. Like, I think you miss your friends. I think you miss your community. I think you want to be with them. And I think that you're going to find ways that are safe for you to be able to connect with them more. But also enjoying the fruits of your labor, because it looks like in June you will be working hard on something that comes from your heart. So, and it will pay off. It will pay off because people will want it. It will pay off because you will, you know, like you'll reap the rewards, you know, like 7 of Pentacles to 8 of Pentacles to, you know, look here. 7, 8, 9, progression. 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. So there's like the reflection, the pause. There's the hard work that you're putting into this thing that you pause to reflect on. And then there's the reward, the payment, right? And I think you'll really enjoy celebrating this with your friends too. This might have to do, I think it has to do with creativity. It also might have to do with studies, or it might have to do with both. So you're like growing your knowledge, growing your, what you're going to be studying about the things that you're interested in. And you're going to be like creatively expressing yourself. The Three of Pentacles is also about creativity. It will show like the artist in a museum and like people coming to see their, you know, their paintings and like really enjoying them and like actually buying them. Okay. So this is all about like being like creating something from your heart and then people wanting it, you finding the reward in it. But also like the process of studying, the process of like progression, you know, like this might take actually months. I know this is a June reading, but it might take a while, but it looks like you're really focused on like putting your head down and like really focusing on like what it is that you want to create with this thing that comes from your heart. And it's beautiful. I love that. Because it comes from your heart, you know, anything that comes from your heart will, will hopefully end up in like really good things. And from the cards here, it looks like it will. The other thing about it too is that this is coming from a place of higher consciousness where you're not like separating yourself into fragments, but you're actually like coming from integrity, as I said before, like the dark side, the light side, and everything that's in between. This is higher consciousness, is being able to understand the integration of these things, okay? And because it is about higher consciousness and because it is coming from a place of knowledge and creativity and your heart and integration, it will pan out like really well. Keep focusing on like affirming to yourself that this is something that you're personally aligned with. And it's okay to reflect, it's okay to pause, but ultimately it's taking you to a place of celebration, so that's good. The 8 of Fire talks about communication and something happening very fast. So I know that I said that like this may take months to do, but this card almost says like not that long, like not like, even if it's months, it's like few months. It's not, you know, it's not going to take a long time for you to actually like shine. Okay. Shining star. Seriously, look at this card. Like, beautiful, gorgeous, like bird person. Hello. You know, so let's just enjoy being your fire self. And there's so much of your soul that you want to share with the world, and I think that the world will pick it up pretty quickly. Okay, just communicate it. Make sure you communicate it. Make music. Music is here, right? So I don't know. So, and then we have two cards here that are intuition and thought. So these are two different sides of you, like the more logical side and the more intuitive side, and they're both, I think that this is also part of that integration that we talked about with the Chariot card. So like the two elephants, right? Thought and intuition. Thought and intuition. So like the parts of yourself that need to be integrated, like it's coming up, you know, like you are accepting it. You're accepting that you're a logical being, and you're accepting that you're an intuitive being. So that is incredible, Sagittarius. That is what we are here to do in this earth. That is higher consciousness. This is why higher consciousness came up, because you're able to not be not have an aversion to any side of yourself. Like, you listen to every part of yourself. You are, you know, like if it's there, it's natural. You're not like pushing it away. You're not repressing it. You're not, you know, you're just embracing it. You're accepting it. And that's really beautiful. And it will take you to a really good place where you will be able to see yourself, seeing the true self, who you really are, who your heart is. What is your heart? When we come from the heart, we are able to see what our heart can create. When we make things from our heart, we see the manifestation of our heart. You will see the manifestation of your heart. You will see what happens when you embrace all sides of yourself, when you don't push anything away. You will see the beauty that you can create when you are able to integrate. Wow. Holy shit, Sagittarius. Whatever you're making, please send it my way, because I want to see that. Is it an album? Is it like, I don't know, but like, oh, I wonder if Janelle Monáe is making a new album, because she's a Sagittarius sun. And I think she's like maybe integrating. Anyway, she's just a really, I love her. Janelle Monáe is a great artist, and I would definitely recommend you listen to her music if you are interested in creativity and fighting for justice and all these different amazing things that she does. So yeah, I'm really excited for you, Sagittarius. I can't wait to receive your gifts from the universe, that the universe is sending out your way to send our way. And thank you so much for accepting yourself. That's a gift for all of us, and you inspire us by doing so, okay? I love you. Have a wonderful June, and yeah, good luck. Please reach out if you need anything from me. Bye.